Hello everyone, General Toby here. Welcome back to Starbot, and the last time we left off, we acquired the big old key from the mayor's office. This time around, we're gonna take a small break, I think. We're gonna go listen to the stories that this guy had to offer. I kinda denied them last time. I didn't really want to spend too much time listening to them. This time I think we're gonna give him a chance. I like sharing stories. Would you like me to read you a story?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, I'd like that. I have several stories. Which story would you like to hear? I'm going to start with the one with the ocean. The story is about a child who wants to sail the ocean. The ocean, what is that? It's a large body of water, I think. A body? It is a person, then. No, it's like a tub, except much larger. Here, there's a picture.
Look, there, with stars in the water and...
Stars in the sky and water. That is a lot of water. Anyway, here's the child on the boat. The boat traveled for a long time through stormy waters and calm, sunny seas. The child landed occasionally, staying only for a few days at a time on islands before taking off again. After a long journey, the boat approached the end of the world. Beyond the advancing horizon, the waters spilled out into the endless space. The young adventurer appeared over the edge with great fear before the ship plunged over the edge of the planet into the vast darkness. The boat heaved and rocked, carried on relentlessly by the water as it rushed through the heavens. The young seafarer rowed anxiously to avoid stray debris, narrowly avoiding collision after collision. Finally, the water slowed, and the adventurer gazed over the edge at the stars below. The boat sailed leisurely on the space river through the galaxy far beyond. The young adventurer admired the star-dotted heavens above and below with great satisfaction. This was home at last. The end. That sounded really wonderful. I would like to go to the stars.
I would love that too.
Can't think. This guy's voice, the star's voice, I can't, keep it consistent. I want to hear the one with the mountain now. This story is about a child who climbs a mountain. A mountain? It is like a vast stretch of land that reaches high into the sky. Here's a picture. Oh, I see. I don't think there are many of those around here. The child lived in a small village at the base of the mountain and often liked to stargaze at night. One day, the youth decided to go to the nearest moon and collect stars. They packed all evening and set out in the morning to climb the mountain. The journey was fairly easy at first. The young adventurer climbed the foothills and began to follow the winding trails at the side of the mountain. By night, however, the path was becoming steep, and at times the child feared falling over the edge. Swallowing fear, they looked to the stars and followed them until they finally reached the top. The child had never seen so far in their life, the vast land stretching far away until it was lost in the horizon. Above, the plump moon hung from the sky, bright and inviting. Climbing a tree, the child jumped with all their might onto the moon. The child was surprised, however, to find another child already there. The child's skin was ghastly white, so that it was hard to see against the moon's light. The ghostly child was reaching up in the sky and plucking stars, and then arranging them in a bright garden that gave the moon its light. The young adventurer admired the bright garden and offered to help. The moon inhabitant accepted, happy to have a friend who appreciated and could share their work. Together, they continued to tend the moon garden for many years, contented to wait for the next generation of celestial gardeners for relief. The end. Ooh, a garden, huh? That sounds really cool. Okay, last story. One with the forest. This story is about a forest. A forest? What is that? It is a place with lots of trees growing together. Oh, I think I can imagine that.
I'm not really sure what that means.
Here's a picture. It is so pretty. The forest has trees that grow stars.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Of course it is. As soon as you mention stars, oh, it's beautiful. Okay, thanks, Mr. Philip. Anyway, in this forest was a small village. People climbed the trees to pluck the ripe stars from the tree branches at night, planting their gardens with these seeds by morning. But one year, a careless traveler dropped a torch in the night, setting the forest ablaze. The villagers escaped, but their home and stars were left to ashes after several days of burning. A child among them, upset by the catastrophe, set out across the scarred landscape alone. For a long time, they saw only the blackened corpses of the trees, twisted in agony. But after a few days, they came to the edge of a burnt ruins, finding the meadow. I can't talk, I'm sorry. The meadow turned into a short growth, which soon grew into another forest. Pardon me, I can't talk today, apparently. The young adventurer had never seen such a dark forest before. However, they continued on anxiously. The trees pressed in closer, became thicker, towered higher. It became so dense that the adventurer had no choice but to climb. They ascended carefully through the web of branches, scaling twisted limbs. These trees reached higher than even the star forest, and the adventurer soon realized that the canopy was nestled in the lower rings of the heavens. Poking their heads out, the adventurer saw the hilly tops of trees into the long distance. Not too far, stars hung. They reached out and began to carefully pull them into the bag. 5, 10, 20, the young traveler filled their pack and soon began their descent. The journey back was faster and lighter, and the adventurer arrived home, surrounded by curious travelers. The child opened their pack, and the villagers, elated, scattered the new stars into the soil. In a few years, the star forest began to grow again, and the young adventurer was greatly celebrated in the village. The end. How wonderful. I hope someday I can find more stardust to grow stars for everyone here to see. And that will do it for this episode because I just wanted to read the stories. It's a short episode. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. It has nothing to do with the actual like story or anything. Just a little bit of lore. Starbot, a huge Starbot franchise. Anyway, hope you enjoyed these stories. I bet you skipped this episode. Anyway, I will see all of you next time on Starbot. Goodbye.